Hello.
Oh, yeah.
I was just laughing at our matching jumpers.
Merch.
What do you
This
think?
is like the office uniform now. Everyone loves this jumper so much in the office that everyone keeps turning up to work in it on like the
Can you
same day. So we all look
can you do a
like a.
spin?
Oh yeah, sure. Well, I'm sitting down, so back. There you go.
Nice. Hello, everyone. Sorry, we're getting a bit distracted. Hi, I'm
Hello.
Jules,
I'm Lee.
and we are the Camp Wildfire co-founders, and we're here tonight to just kind of say hi, have a chat, and yeah, we've got some. Well, you explain, Lee, why we're here and what we're kind of up to tonight.
Yeah, well, we like to do kind of an Instagram live hangout every few months as we kind of get ready for Camp Wildfire in summer. So this is our first one of 2026. I think we did one back in December, maybe. So the purpose of this is to kind of, I guess, it's just like a Q&A. So it's to welcome all of the newcomers. So there's lots of new people coming to Camp Wildfire this year. Maybe it's your first time, and to just catch up with people who have been before. So the theme of today's, we sort of roughly theme them, but you can just say whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. The rough theme of today's hangout is a Q&A around how can we make Camp Wildfire, this year's Camp Wildfire 2026, even better than 2025? Now, that's a tall order because 2025 was our 10th anniversary. So making we went all out, and it was, everyone really put a lot of energy in, and it was really epic. So beating it in 2026 is, it's just no small task, but we want to do it. So we want to hear all of your ideas for how we can make it even more epic. If you haven't been before, you can also throw some ideas in. If you haven't been before and you're confused about what the hell you're coming to, because it is a very unique experience, just throw everything down in the comments and we will work our way through them. We'll answer all your questions. You can ask anything you want, and suggest anything you want.
Lovely. All right. Well, should we get cracking?
Yeah. Go.
Yes, and it's about 8:30, isn't it? So, okay, great. Let's start. So, Andrew says, less of a question, more of a request. The main stage area, please could it go back to the giant tent from 2021? It was big and roomy. The stretch tent is small. So that was
I know the one you mean.
Yeah.
I'm sad that this is like the answer to the first request, but I'm afraid the answer to that is we can't do that at the moment because there's not enough space. So since 2021, lots of things have changed in the forest and in the layout. We can't fit that tent in anymore. We do have plans for 2027, so not this year. 2027 we'll be opening up kind of like a new area in the forest, so everything will change a bit in 2027, and it won't go back to what was there in 2021, but it's going to be really cool. I think you'll really like it. That's a little sneak peek for 2020, 2 years time.
Nice. And while we're talking about layout, Renate, hopefully I pronounced that right, Renate Z says, please mix up the bleacher patrol seating locations.
Oh, you want to move them around?
Yeah, she says, sorry, they say, I'm a fox attending for the last 2 years, and I would love to have the Badgers and Hawks view for next year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could start rotating those. I don't see why we can't do that.
I think that would be a nice thing to do, wouldn't it, actually?
I'd like to hear from some other people on that. I feel like this is one of those things that like potentially we might change it, and then people will get really upset because they really like their space, you know. So I'd like to hear some more on that.
Yeah, good point. So if you are if you're a fox or a squirrel, or if you're a badger or a hawk, you're just going to say you like it on you. But if you're a fox or a squirrel, let us know. What do you think? Sabrina says, activities, please bring back gymnastics and dirty dancing. Food, could you please introduce African, Caribbean and Chinese dishes? And treats, we need sweet stalls. Music, please play more disco, soul and reggae from the 70s and 80s. Original tracks, please. What a
That
great
was so
message.
much stuff. Yeah, it's great.
I
Like,
know,
I can't
that was
remember
awesome.
the
Thank
beginning
you.
of it. Food, yeah, definitely. It's been on the list for a while for us to get more African and Caribbean flavors there. We haven't had
Your favorite, isn't
any
it?
representation of that before. Yeah, I eat jerk chicken from down the road almost daily. So I am big into that idea. Funk and soul. I thought we had a lot of funk and soul, but maybe not enough.
Maybe not original. Yeah, it would be. No, not funk and soul. Disco, soul and reggae from the 70s and 80s.
Okay, nice.
I'm going to take that comment and put it in our notes. Thank you very much, Sabrina.
We just had somebody just shared a YouTube channel with us called My Analog Journal, which has loads of like mixes that we've been playing in the office, which are all exactly that brief, like disco, soul, and reggae, sort of, but like quite obscure stuff. So if go and check out that YouTube channel, you think you might like it.
Nice. Okay, do you want to do a couple of comments from Facebook?
Oh yeah, from my side. Okay, right. Oh, my mouth's a bit weird. Everyone that's saying hi Dee, hi Joe, nice to see you. Kate says kettles and microwaves in main cooking area. Yeah, we do have those. They should be there. Do we have, Dee says, do we have such thing as newbies zone or like host for first timers? We don't have it currently, but I have heard some requests for this before of like kind of doing something for first timers. So it's something that we will get our heads into in the next few months, and we'll put something together for you for that, for sure. So keep an eye on that. I would definitely. Or if you are a newcomer, I'd suggest the first thing to do, go and join the Facebook groups. There's like a big general attendees one, a solo campers one for people who are coming on their own, an LGBTQ plus one, and then one for each of the 4 patrols. Join those, say hi, you'll get to meet some people in there, and that kind of like gets the ball rolling. But yeah, we will do some stuff on site for you for that idea, D, for sure. I've got Kate who says Ibiza Symphonic last year was a highlight. Man, have we got
my favorite. I love that. So fun.
It was. I think that was one of the best shows. It's one of the biggest crowds. It's like watching the stage that I've ever seen at camp. So absolutely nailed it. And boy, do we have some exciting bookings for you this year. Yeah, we've got some really exciting stuff.
Really great.
So we can't wait to share that with you, but we can't until summer. Kate also says, better positioning for the group photo, please. Oh, Kate, we are running out of space for that, aren't we?
Yeah, this is an interesting one, isn't it? Because we've really thought about like how we could do this slightly differently. I think I'm going to have a chat with the photographer, our wonderful photographer Rose as well, and just like try and make a bit of a plan for like maybe like slight wider angle or going a bit more square with it. I don't know.
I remember on a live like a couple ago, somebody suggesting doing it like top down now, like with a camera on
like a drone
or something. I don't know, like health and safety wise how we do it, but they said just go, instead of trying to, you know, the ladder is just not high enough, so if we just go top down, maybe that might work.
You can get like a wire or something rather than a drone, couldn't you? Yeah, we'll look into that. Good idea, whoever said that last time.
Louise says, wondering what sort of music will be there. Rock Gal going for the first time. Louise, we do a big mix of stuff, and we try and make sure that we don't have like loads of stages because we're not like a predominantly music festival. We have 3 music stages. So there's the discotheque, the clubhouse, and the woodshed. Woodshed tends to be kind of more like acoustic, country, folky, and like that kind of stuff. Then between the other 2 stages, we alternate between dance music and last year dance music and like festival bands, but last year we put in a couple of like heavy rock and like emo sessions, and they were great fun. So there's gonna be more of that, but yeah, there's definitely some sections that you will be very into.
Right, I'm going to do a few grouped together tickety based questions that all sort of fit. So, and there's a couple of bits of confusion there, so maybe we can iron out some of that.
Yeah,
so Lucy Moo says, as it's sold out so quickly, would you consider doing more dates? Emma says, are there day tickets? And Golden Fin says, I missed out on tickets and wondered if you could let me know if you have a returns platform for any spare tickets.
So, would we consider doing more dates? So, we can't do any more dates at our current venue. We are looking at in potentially like 2028 and beyond. I know this is a long way away, not helpful now. 2028, potentially trying to open another like Camp Wildfire site in the north somewhere up near Scotland. There's a lot of work for us to do that, but that would add more dates, I guess, through the summer. For the others, for tickets, you might be confused that you can still get tickets for this year. So tickets the final tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. There are less than 50 tickets left for Camp Wildfire 1. So it's going to be weekend 1. It's going to be very hard to get one of those now. But there are a couple of hundred left for weekend 2. So if you get in there at 10 a.m. tomorrow, when those go on sale, you can still get a ticket for this year to weekend 2.
Nice.
Did I answer all those questions? Yes.
You did. Well done. Thanks. Now, do you want to ask me one? Then you can have a little break.
That would be great. Tracy says, I'm so looking forward to it. Can we get extra credits when we book the activities? As I'm not sure what there is. I'm a first timer. And also, how do we pick our teams?
Well, shall I do a little bit about what credits are, what enrollment is? What actually is going on here? Some people might have no idea. Okay, so when you book your Camp Wildfire ticket, which will be maybe tomorrow if you're lucky, or you might already have one, you don't need to worry about activities or credits or enrollment. But we will give you lots of information in the lead up to what we call enrollment. And that is our online way of basically planning your weekend. So all of the credits that you get within your ticket, you will be able to use to just decide which activities you want to do over the weekend. And that happens at enrollment. So that happens about a month before Camp Wildfire, and that will be online. And like I said, you'll get loads of warning about it. So you can plan it. You can make sure that you're all sorted, logged in and everything ready. But essentially, the ticket that you purchase now, or that you may have already got, will come with some credits, some activity credits. But you can, if you want to, add some more credits when you come to enrollment. Was that the question, Lee, about... sorry, I just went off on one about enrollment and forgot what the actual question was.
Yes.
Something about activity credits.
Can you add activity credits?
So you can add activity credits. Now, if you have bought a standard ticket, you will find that you have enough activity credits to have a really full weekend. Also, remember that there are also drop-in activities as well. So throughout your weekend, we've kind of planned it so that the credits that you get within that ticket are ample to have an incredible time. We do something called an elementary ticket, which is, I guess, that kind of, you sort of say, don't you, Lee, that like if you're not quite sure which ticket to get, it's worth getting one of those just so that you can get a ticket in time, and then you can later on, if you want to, either add activity credits or upgrade to a standard ticket if you need to later.
Yeah, correct. Very good. Picking your teams. So when you say teams, I think you're referring to patrols. So that's the hawks, badgers, squirrels, foxes, who I can see being represented in the comments. Baz is saying squirrels are going to win the trophy, apparently, this year. Fighting talk there, Baz. It's been very loose up until now. There hasn't been really a system. You kind of just turn up and join one, and it doesn't matter. We are going to this year find a better way of doing it and like create some cool, fun online stuff, like quizzes or like a sorting hat type thing. So we're gonna sort something out for that. So don't stress about it. We'll come up with something to educate you all about the patrols, that part of the experience, and help you choose one and meet people. If you want to pick ahead of that, just choose your favorite animal or choose your favorite color and then join the Facebook group. And that's it, you're in.
Well, we do actually have some information about characteristics as well. If you feel like you want to align and have an affinity with your patrol, it can go deeper than that. I'm sure a lot of the patrol leaders would be very upset to think that it's just a fickle thing like picking your patrol.
Oh, it's not. I'm not suggesting it's fickle. Once you've chosen, that's it. You're there for life. Like you can't, you know.
Yeah.
But there's not. We don't have a system.
Yeah. Natty B says, "Can you bring your own alcohol onto site?"
You can, but there are some rules. So there's a limit to how much you can bring, and it must not be in a glass container. So please check the limits on our help center, kentwildfire.co.uk/help, and make sure it's not in glass. If it's over the limit, like it will get confiscated, and if it's in glass, it will get confiscated, and confiscated things get thrown away. We can't like keep it to the end for you or anything like that. It just goes straight into like the bin.
All right, do you want to go do something from Facebook?
Yeah, sure. I've got Karen's voting against moving the bleachers around. Squirrels really like their spot. Says one vote. Well, it's even votes on that.
So squirrels are near the cabin, so maybe that's why they like it. Maybe we should hear from.
Well, so are foxes.
Yeah, but badgers
it was a fox that asked to move.
Oh, they're fox that asked. Yeah. Right. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Sarah says they love our jumpers. Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks. Also, why is mine reversed and yours isn't? I'm flipped and you're not.
I think that's because you're looking at your camera.
Am I not flipped to you?
No, it's yeah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Colin says do change. So 2-1 on that. Sarah says, do we find out cost food from places before so they can budget? Sarah, yes, we do publish the menus for the food traders. So we have multiple food villages on site. In the food villages, there's different cafes and bars and like street food traders selling food from around the world. Those street food traders are independent businesses, so they tend to give us their pricing like a couple of weeks before the event, and then we share that. If you want to budget before then, there's a couple of things I can advise. One is that it's very much like we try and peg all of our prices to like London prices. Lots of festivals will go much higher than that. We try and keep it like aligned with London prices, as feeling that's fair for the businesses that are selling the food and the businesses running the bars, and for the customers. So you can look at what's going on in London, or you can look at what things were last year and then sort of just add a little bit for inflation. I think if you go to our help center, you could probably find the 2025 kind of menus. It's hard for us to get the menus and the pricing much earlier than that, because street food traders just work week to week, and they're sort of quite fluid. So yeah, that's the best we can do on that, I think.
Right.
Karen is asking for more rock, please. And Kate says hair stall selling hair accessories, such as the beautiful ethereal ones I've seen on Facebook. Cool.
All right. So I just realized we've got absolutely loads of comments, so I'm going to do a very quick fire round now.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a quick sip of your drinks? Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh, am I answering? You're asking and I'm answering.
I'm going to ask you. Yeah, it's going to be like a quiz.
Cool.
All right. Yeah. 1. When will Camp Wildfire 2027 dates come out?
August. Probably before. July.
I love that pre-planning. They're very organized.
But you can work out the pattern, right? So it's always the bank holiday weekend is Camp Wildfire weekend 1, that August bank holiday, and then the weekend 2 will be the week after that. So you can go and work that out.
Very, very clever. Jules Fitness Ferguson says, is there any Camp Wild northern area?
As I said earlier in the video, not at the moment, but we do hope to launch something in like 2028 and beyond.
You just answered this, but do it again. Michelle says, how many Camp Wildfires do you do in a year?
2.
Train with Tiffany says, do many people attend on their own?
Yes, loads, hundreds, maybe even not thousands, I don't think yet.
To the point where we've even put in a solo campers area and a solo campers meetups.
yeah, if you want to find out more about that and meet other people that are coming solo, go and join the Facebook group. Go to facebook.com/Camp Wildfire, look at our groups tab and join the Flying Solo Adventurers of Camp Wildfire, or whatever it's called, and just say hi in there. You'll meet loads of people doing the same.
Nixie says, do you have any vegetarian options for food?
Yeah, food wise, we've got like all like major dietary requirements are covered: vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, dairy-free. The only thing that is tough is if you've got like very specific like life-threatening allergies, that can get quite difficult. But yeah, all major dietary requirements covered with lots of great options.
Sorry, I'm going to let you do something from Facebook now because I feel bad because there's 30 people waiting.
Sarah says it's their 6th year, and the last time that we moved around the patrol areas was in 2022, they think. JS Back says, plug for the microwave kept being commandeered by people charging their phone at meal times, holding up the queue. Yes, we are. We're just going to industrialize the whole cooking area this year. It's going to be just like different so that can't happen. Petra says they're a newbie. What animal should they be? I'm going to let
I know. I can feel this through the airwaves. Badger. Okay. You're a badger.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Cool. Simone said they love the garage set in 2024 with DJ Spoody and Shola Hammer.
Love a bit of garage.
So, yeah, we love garage as well. So there's always going to be some garage. Don't worry, there'll always be some garage. Alex says they bought the jumper that we are wearing and they live in there. Woo-hoo!
We should also mention that if anyone else does want it, not that we're here to sell it, obviously we're here to look great, but we're not here to look great, we're here to talk to you. But if you would like it, then we do have an online shop now, don't we? We finally...
it's sold out, Jules. You can't buy this. It's sold out.
I thought there was some more.
No, I think it's sold out. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought there was another extra order done. Okay, I got that confused.
Yeah, we did, but they sold out.
Oh. Sorry.
We will have we will. So we launched our first online store, our first e-commerce store this year. Literally, people have asked us for 10 years to do it, and we finally got to it this year. And we will be doing a big like spring summer, like adding more stock to like a spring summer lot. What would you call it? A collection of stock. Sometime I don't know, in like April, May, June. And we will get some more of these types of jumpers made.
On that, by the way, I do a lot of the designs, and if anyone has any interesting designs that they would like to suggest or anything they would like to see in a drop, let us know. Then maybe we can.
Yeah, keep the ideas flowing. If you can dream it, we can make it happen for you. Hannah V says, we were first timers last year and everyone was so inclusive and encouraging, and the Facebook groups are great. Awesome. That is so lovely to hear.
Good.
Very nice. JS Back says they love the talks, great speakers. Rachel Slade saying, is that a new Camp Wildfire jumper? No, this is our 10-year. Go on, you spin around, Jules. This is our 10-year. Oh, don't worry. This is our 10-year anniversary jumper we got made last year. Yeah, nice. We can get. Sarah Weston says, silent disco, please. They know they've asked before. So much fun. Yeah, I said this in last night's Camp Kindling live. I am the like anti-silent disco person because managing the headphones is such a pain. But I am being ground down, so maybe it will happen. Maybe. Laura says, bring Lycra 80s party back. That is an amazing club night party type thing. We can do that. Karen says, we'd love some comedy earlier in the night, as they are on the go all day and never made the comedians because they're asleep.
Oh,
you are adventuring hard, Karen.
You are.
That is very good. That would be hard because to have some.
Well, as we grow, I mean, we don't. Obviously, at the moment, we have one kind of talks and comedy stage, but hopefully in the future, we might be able to have
A talk stage and a comedy stage. Yeah, that would be really cool.
So yeah, fingers crossed, watch the space. Carry on. I've got a couple more on my side as well.
Alex says, Hannah V, everyone is so inclusive. It's the most non-judgment environment. Great. It's just like fills our hearts with joy that it's like, you know, the vibe at Camp Wildfire. We love that. Katie says, how do you choose your patrol? Katie, we already did a whole section on that, so I'm not going to do it again just because for time, but if you rewind this, you can find it there, or if you go to campwildfire.co.uk/help, you can just search the word patrol, and you'll find some articles there. But yeah, we're also going to make that whole patrol experience a lot better communicated.
Right, I'm going to do some from my side now, so we don't miss anyone. Michelle NGUP says, how many? Oh, sorry, no, different person. CM the Hatter says, are there any gender neutral options for bathroom facilities?
Yep. Yeah, loads.
My student adult nurse Journey says, as a new attendee, it would be great if when booking there are Q&As on there, such as knowing if there are, if any, electrical points, are we allowed barbecues in the tent area, etc.
You know what? I don't know the answer to the barbecues question. I don't think barbecues are allowed.
I don't think they're asking the question. They're just saying it'd be nice to have somewhere where they could look up the
Q&A. Yeah, we have loads of so if you go to campwildfire.co.uk/help, we've got like a whole help center with loads of articles, some articles that are just like, here's like, you know, the rules around what you can bring and can't bring, and then some articles that are like help guides of like how to, like what the experience is like and how to make the most of it. So go there, go to campwildfire.co.uk/help, and you can search and read those articles. If you don't like reading full articles, there's a little help chat in the bottom corner. You can chat to our AI bot, who will kind of give you the answers from all those articles. And if you don't like the AI bot, you can just ask the AI bot, just say you want to speak to a human, and it will come through to our team. So we're here to help with like any questions at any point that you need. It is a really unique experience. So coming for the first time, it can be hard to get your head around. So just DM us on any social platform, send us an email, use the chat on our website. The team are here to help you understand it and make the most of it. You can also chat in the Facebook groups as well if you want like a perspective that's not like the official business customer support perspective. If you want to just hear from other people, then go and chat in those groups as well. And the community is great at helping out.
Sarah says, I'm attending this year for the first time and I'm coming alone. I'm nervous and excited and I can't wait. We're really excited to meet you as well, Sarah.
Yeah. Don't be nervous, be excited. Yes.
Yeah, don't be nervous. There's so many other people as well in the same boat as you. And actually, most people that come solo end up leaving with a bunch of new friends. So, and seem to come back every year after that with all these new friends that aren't anymore. Louis says, are there restrictions on what food and drink you can bring in? I know you've mentioned alcohol, but do you want to just
no, food and drink, food and soft drink, you can bring as much as you want. The only thing that we ask is that you try and like don't bring more than you need, so that you don't end up like wasting lots of food. Sometimes people kind of think that they need to bring loads and then end up eating more food from like the street food traders than they thought they would, and so kind of like wasting things. So we hate kind of seeing the bins like fill up with good food at the end. So just try and be careful with that. There is like a general store on site as well, so you know you don't have to stress about like, have you got absolutely everything with you? If you forget your toothpaste, there's a store where you can go and buy some toothpaste, and that's a pretty well stocked store with all, they sell food and like I think fresh pastries and bread and like anything like anything you want, they'll have it there. So
nice. I will do a couple so you can have a little break and a little drink.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, you go ahead.
Sorry, Bubbly Tate says, first time this year and coming solo, what's your biggest tips? Right. First of all, another person coming solo, brilliant. So like Lee said, if you want to chat to other people that are coming, join the Facebook group, solo attendees group, or the Camp Wildfire Attendees group. Biggest tips. So I think the biggest thing that we get asked, or we get sort of feedback, I suppose, every year, is that people try activities that they, for whatever reason, didn't necessarily have as their first choice, or their friends persuaded them to do, or that they, for whatever reason, they just decided to do it at enrollment, and it ends up becoming one of the best things they've ever tried, and people end up doing things as like a hobby and continuing it on, or so I think my biggest tip would be that Camp Wildfire is all about pushing yourself a little bit in a direction that you may not normally feel like you would be comfortable going with, trying new things regarding activities. And I think that oftentimes that really pays off, and that sense of like, I did something that was terrifying and I absolutely loved it, or I'd never thought I would like kintsugi and now it's my favorite craft, or whatever that thing is. So that would be my biggest tip, I think.
Nice. Cool. Baz here says, maybe not the fireworks. We did fireworks last year for our 10-year anniversary celebrations, to give context. But a closing ceremony, please. Last year was so special and really did feel like one big family. So we have, we've got so much good vibes and so much great feedback about the closing ceremony that we created for the 10-year anniversary, that we have kept the budget line in to do something similar. It won't be fireworks because it was very, very noisy and the neighbors were quite unhappy about it. So it won't be fireworks because it would be unfair for us to do that every year to the neighbors. But we're going to be looking into what made that closing ceremony feel so special and trying to recreate something just with a different creative element. So we're on a wavelength with you there. Rachel Slade says, ooh, silent disco sounds good. Great. Another nail in my coffin. Now there's just some patrol banter chat going on, I think. Baz also says more shelter seating at the Talks comedy tent if possible. Baz, we want to make the comedy tent bigger, but again, we are pinned in by the trees, by the beautiful trees. So we are a bit stuck there as to how much we can't fit a bigger thing in. Again, it's something that we can't achieve this year, but we have been working on some plans for 2027 that will allow that Talks, the auditorium tent, the Talks and comedy tent, to become much bigger and have a lot more indoor space for people.
Emma's Emotta Shed 2. I was trying to pronounce it, I was get it wrong. Are there any new activities that will be first for Camp Wildfire? And if so, can you give us a hint? So yes, there will definitely be new activities that are first for Camp Wildfire. Lots of really exciting things in the pipeline. We can't really give you a hint because at the moment it's top secret. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
But you will find out in the summer.
Alex says, Rachel, just ahead of Alex, said, bigger arena sorted yet? Same thing, I'm afraid. All of the Patrol Games arena, the discotheque, the auditorium are all as big as we can make them in a current configuration, and making changes to forests where we need to wait for things to grow and be quite sensitive to the space takes a long time, so we can't make any changes to that layout yet, but there are things in the work for that for 2027 as well. So it's all happening. We just have to move at the pace of nature, which is quite nice anyway, isn't it? Alex says, when I went first time, I had 60 credits. So that's an elementary ticket. Last year, they had 120, and it made it so much better having 120. So they would highly recommend the 120 for first timers. So if you're planning to buy a ticket tomorrow, Alex recommends the standard ticket. But as Jules said, you can always book an elementary ticket now, wait and see the activity program when that comes out, and how much credits each thing's each activity uses, and upgrade or add credits later down the line. So yeah.
Also kind of depends on what sort of person you are as well. You might be someone that likes to snooze in the
Yeah,
shade of
if
it
you want
all
chilled.
day.
Yeah, or you
And
just
then
want to spend all night partying and sleep for half the day, like I do.
do a couple of beer, up to you. Anyway, okay, so I'm a newbie and managed to get a ticket. Woohoo! Kiwi mama. I'm so excited. Yeah. And Southie Baby says, I was there for the 10-year anniversary last year. Are there copies we can buy? Not sure what it means. Oh, maybe we're talking about the jumpers, which Lee said, unfortunately, we have sold out. But copies of the group, maybe copies of the group photo. You can DM us about that, and we can get you a group photo. And Safe Pasture says, hiya, my first time this year. I'm a little nervous, but excited too. Yeah. And all of your nerves will just turn to excitement once you arrive, because you will be welcomed with the loving welcome arms of thousands of wonderful people.
There's lots of shout outs for hawks and squirrels and badgers going on here. Not seeing much fox representation.
Where do you think foxes are now, Lee? They're obviously not on a Q&A. They're obviously like foxing around somewhere, like on the prowl, aren't they?
Okay. Kate says, please speed up entry. It took 3 hours to get in last year. Yeah, so I'm guessing you came to weekend 2. So we were asked to increase our security searches by the local authorities for weekend 2 in response to some information that they had. So we were caught a little bit unawares, but safety was our first priority. So we this year we'll be kind of putting in a lot more redundancy, so that if something similar happens, we can handle that without it creating a delay to get in. So we are on top of that. Hannah V. More people saying loving the 120 credits, the activities, that standard level, which is good. That's nice feedback for us, because that's what we, it's called standard, and we want it to be just the Goldilocks zone of just the right amount, so that people don't have to pay anymore, and it's all just a really great experience included in the ticket price. So that's nice to hear from you.
Good.
I'm not going to read out all of these patrol chants and chats. Joanne Agnew says, do they cater for celiacs? I think you might struggle with a lot of the street food traders and things with celiac. Gluten free, they're fine with, but to the level that it's guaranteed no gluten, I think you would struggle. So I would plan to bring a lot of your own food if it's at that level of allergy for you.
Yes. Andrea says it would be very helpful to know what kind of activities there are included in certain tickets before booking them, specifically for first timers. So, Andrea, so the tickets themselves include activity credits. So everybody that gets any ticket will be able to choose from all the same activities. So the tickets don't dictate which activities you do. We don't announce the specific activities that we do beforehand. However, you can see everything that we've done for the previous years, and some of the activities stay the same. The kind of activity categories stay the same, so you'll definitely be able to get a sense of the kinds of things that you can do. And have we got a page on our website there, Lee, or is it it'll be in our campwildfire.co.uk/help.
Yeah, if you go into the help center, I think there's an article in there that will have all of last year's activities, how many credits they were, and so you can get a feel for it. This year's activity lineup and entertainment lineup will be released about 8 weeks before the events, and at that point you can explore and see how many credits everything is.
But like Lee said earlier, if it's holding you up making a decision on a ticket, just get an elementary ticket, and then you can come back to that later. And
there's over 100 activities, and the most you will have physical time for is maybe 10 at a push. You know, if you think like you're doing each one for an hour and 90 minutes, and there's 2 days, so to fit in 5 would be a lot, and you'd be pretty tired each day. So yeah, there's going to be like whatever your interests are, whether you're into like more chill and relaxing and mindfulness type things and health and well-being, there's loads for that. If you're into science, there's loads of that. If you're into music and dance and playing instruments, there's loads of that. If you're into adrenaline and driving quad bikes and buggies, there's loads of that. So yeah, you will be well catered for whatever your kind of interests are.
Yeah. Southie Baby says, first time last year, and it was the most amazing place ever. Everyone we met on site, from the people that work there to campfire attendants, were absolutely accommodating and amazing. Thank you, Southie Baby. That's really a really wonderful comment, and not that Leah or I can take credit for that, but it's so good to know that you feel like everybody there was really welcoming. What have you got over there?
Simone says the food stores are fantastic. That's good. That's good to hear. We think that we can make them even better as well. We're working with a new trader manager who took over last year, and she did a great job of like getting the standard up, and you know, has brought us some really great ideas this year. So yeah, hopefully that's just going to keep getting better and better. Sapphire says, Fox here vote towards bleachers staying where they are. They love their spot. So attached to it. People like, you know, like me, I like things, I like patterns, I like to know like how things are. Get quite
well, yeah, now also I'm a bit confused. Yeah, carry on. I think I'm gonna
Maystone says, are we allowed to bring our own food, a small cooker to use to boil water? Yes, you can bring your own food. Yes, you can bring a small cooker to boil water. There are rules on what types of gas canisters you can bring. Check those in our help center before you go out and buy something.
My student adult nurse says, booked a ticket yesterday, but not seen anything yet about patrols, etc. Just a confirmation of payment. How do I see other stuff?
Yeah, the help center on our website, if you want to go and explore now. Other than that, we will be sending you lots of things in the build up to summer, so you don't have to like stress or worry about anything just yet. There's plenty of time.
We could just jump into one of the Facebook attendees groups as well if you want to get excited and chat to some other people that are coming. Yeah. CM the Hatter says, I wondered if spiked accessories are allowed, and if so, is there a limit to the size of said spikes? I think they mean like, let's say, I'm going to say, pretend this is my salopette and I've got spikes on it. Like a spiky, like a punk thing, something that a punk might wear, like a spike. Are they allowed to bring spikes in? And if so, what size?
Yeah, I mean, if it's not going to hurt anybody, then fine. If it's dangerous or you intend to use it as a weapon, probably not. But yeah. I mean, maybe send us a picture and we will ask the security team just to clarify so that there's no confusion at the gate, you know, with you thinking that it's cool and them thinking it's not. Yeah, that's probably the best. I can't quite get my head around picture this scenario. Yeah, send us pictures into it for you, and then we can give you a definite answer.
Questions. I just realized we've got loads of questions left and it's already 9:15, so maybe do a few flyers.
Wow. Alex Burt says, what's the capacity of camp? 3,150 campers each weekend. That was the capacity last year. We have a license to have more people than that, but we are not selling any more tickets than that this year because we want to keep it intimate and good vibes. So 3,150. And if you want a ticket, there are less than 50 available for weekend one now. So if you've got priority access and you want weekend one, I'd suggest booking tonight. There's a couple of hundred for weekend two, and they will sell out quite quickly after we go on sale tomorrow. So be there at 10 a.m. if you want one. Jodie Taggart says Garage Girls were awesome. They are a great act. They are really, really good. Janelle says, I think a good idea would be warm cocktails, especially when the nights get cold. Ooh. Send us your requests. Warm cocktails.
That's a great idea. Yes.
Send us your favorite ideas of like warm cocktails, and we can look into that for you.
Lovely.
Juliet says, I bring a charged up charging bank for their phone. Good idea. The hot thing, the hot cocktails chat continues with hot toddy and mulled wine. Yeah, mulled wine outside of Christmas is fine, isn't it? We can do that.
Yeah.
Rachel says, can they have a high flying hawk t-shirt? As design, yeah, cool.
We asked, didn't we, about designs? We asked.
Yeah, great.
High flying hawk. Nice.
Baz says, can we have mocktail classes, I guess, as well as cocktail classes? Yeah, if there's enough demand for that, we can certainly put it on. I think a lot of people book into cocktail classes for the booze, is my general impression, having watched a couple of those classes take place.
9 a.m. on Saturday.
People that want a mocktail one, then for sure we could definitely put one on. People asking if you're my wife. I think they might be trolls. I don't think they're official.
Oh, I mean, that's not a crazy question. I'm not his wife, but I mean, why would that be a trolling question? So rude.
Oh, sorry, that was so rude.
Why don't you be your wife?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Sorry. It was the way it was written. I guess stop talking.
Anyway, I'll do some on my side, shall I? You sit there and go pink whilst I read a couple of questions out. SN Mather says, can we have paid access to the glam station, hair straighteners, etc., without spa access, please?
Ooh. I don't think it would work to do it. I don't think it would work to do it access to the spa one, but it could be something that we could add as a separate thing.
That's a nice idea. Like a pamper room, but for sorry, right, yes, I was just typing that in, so we've got some ideas written down. Kirsten Reesidit, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, says, might have been mentioned, but I would love to watch blogs, videos from people with lived experiences and #own voices who've been, e.g. I'm neurodivergent and will be cool to hear from others.
Yeah, that's a lovely idea.
Really good.
And try and do that. I tell you what, there is a wonderful camper called Will, Squirrely Will, who has been coming since the very first time. So since they come to all 10 years. Every year he does the cutest, most lovely kind of like introduction video where he will take you through. So if you go into the Facebook groups, you'll be able to kind of scroll back and find that, and that is kind of, he just puts that together because he's super like into creating a good vibe in the community, so he just puts that together off his own back, and it's exactly what you just described. So we can try and do more of that, but find his ones, and they're available right now, and he's just wonderful. We love him.
Yeah.
Joanne says, attending solo for the first time, looking forward to it. Connor says, long shot question, but they loved the red and gold 10-year admittance bracelets from weekend 2 last year. Do we have any left over? And could they get their hands on a couple to integrate into their camp shirt?
I think I've seen some in the office yesterday. I think that we might. Send us a DM and ask for Jules to have a little look, and I'll have a look.
Yeah. If we do have them, we can absolutely post them to you for sure. It's just whether or not we have them. But yeah, we will try and
what time can we get there on a Friday? Is there a limit at all, or is there a cut-off time? Yes. So let me just talk a little bit about how the weekend works. So we open our gates to the campsite at 12 o'clock midday, and you can come and set up your camp. You can get all ready, and there'll be some chill time, whatever you need to do, where then we have what we call patrol initiations from about 5 p.m. And that will happen in base camp. So you can get food, you can get drink, you can sort of meet people. And then from 6 p.m. we will do our parade into the main area, which we call centre camp. And it's really fun and epic, and lots of brass bands and music and colour and patrols. And that kicks off our first patrol game, so our opening patrol games. And then from then onwards, you can kind of mill about, do what you like. There's lots of entertainment, talks, DJs, music that evening on Friday, and potentially an opening ceremony if we do something that day. And then you will go to bed that night, wake up in the morning nice and fresh, do a day's worth of activities, and then the same thing happens that night. So we have patrol games, there'll be a group photo, lots of entertainment, bedtime, Sunday, same thing again. So lots of activities in the day, patrol games, potentially a closing ceremony, and a big closing evening. So the closing party on Sunday is really epic. So we kind of suggest, if you can, to stay over till the Monday, because lots of fun things happen then. And then you can stay till midday on Monday. So pack up, say goodbye to all your new buddies, and head home from or up till 12 o'clock.
Nice. Leslie says, way out of my comfort zone. Friend Simone Hooley got me to go, and I'll say, stop saying no to things. Best time ever. Made her book for this year. No one cares what you look like. No judgment. Absolutely brilliant. And Kate agrees, saying, first time last year, definitely out of my comfort zone, but made friends with other solos in the line. Had the best time. Good. That is what it's all about. Meeting new people, trying new things. That's what it's all about. Hannah loved the closing ceremony. Was quite emotional last year. Cool. We hope that we can recreate that sense of emotion again. Gosh, there's so many here. Helen, Alex, this is all closing ceremony stuff. People loving the lanterns. So we did a lantern making workshop. They were really beautiful, those like little lanterns, and quite like environmentally friendly and the way that they were made. So I think we're definitely gonna do that again.
They're not the lanterns that they're not the lanterns that go flying into the forest. They were ones that you hold. Yeah,
like on sticks. So yeah, very nice. Gosh, do you have more things? I'm concerned about time. And
yeah, absolutely loads. Should we whiz down a couple? I'll whiz down a few. Elana says, can we please have a piano in the woods or something similar? That's a really gorgeous idea. We'll suggest that. We wanted to do something, didn't we, like quite chilled in the woods. So
yeah,
something like that. Although pianos can get very out of tune if you leave them outside. First time, Carla says, first time I did, I went 1 a.m. and 1 p.m. each day, spa on the Friday, and some drop-ins. That gives you time to lazy around, nap, eat, etc. Nice. Miss Kit says, does the system ensure that you get any of your top 3 choices or something? I've read that the popular activities book up quickly. Is there a possibility that you can't get any of your top choice?
We don't know. We don't have any like preference management system. It's something that we are starting to look into. We're not sure if we're going to do anything in time for this year, because technically quite complex. So not sure if we will add it. But yeah, so activities are on a first come, first served basis. There are loads of great activities. If you're very particular about one activity, you need to go for that one first, to kind of, make sure that you can get a chance of getting it. Some individual activities do get booked up, so we can't guarantee that you can get your top choice or your top 2 choices. But on average, I'd say most people get a couple of like their top choices. So broadly, I think you'll be fine, as long as you do have a few. You're flexible enough, and you're not being like, I definitely want quad biking at 10 a.m. That's like too rigid. If you're like, I'd like to do quad biking or flying trapeze or beekeeping as my like top 3, and like I'm not
speeding you up, Lee. I'm speeding you up. I love all this.
Then you're probably going to be fine with
that. Lots of people waiting for their questions answered. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. It's nice to just chat.
We will do lots more on enrollment, build up to that. So
Katie Stillheimer says, can we add horse riding or silent disco? Lots of silent disco votes. Charlotte is asking for an official WhatsApp group. They said, is there an official WhatsApp group?
We don't have any WhatsApp groups. We started discussing whether we should have an official one, because there are loads of unofficial ones which you can go and join. but they're not moderated by us. So we do moderate the official Facebook groups. We might launch some WhatsApp groups. We're not sure yet.
Safe Pasture says, can we have something like hidden treasures posted somewhere? So we all have to try and find it, and it could include some credits or a food package. That sounds like a fun idea.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, well, we added a puzzle master for the first time last year, and the puzzle master should be back this year.
Yeah, back and even bigger.
That could fit into the whole puzzle master realm.
Yeah.
Cool. Man, there's so much here. I'm going to just rattle through a few of these.
Throw me something if you want
to. People suggesting doing like a prom type event so people can get dressed up fancy. It would be quite cool to see in the woods. People loving junkyard percussion last year. Felt that was really great. Can we bring it back? Someone saying their husband and they definitely deliberately did different activities, and that was the best decision. Did some drop-ins together and met up to eat, and then sort of went separate ways to explore different things they were interested in. Cool, that's good. That's very much something that we recommend. Just people shouting out lots of things that they like.
Lindsay says, more about Cupid's Club, please, if not already discussed, and how is that incorporated into other stuff? Yes, so Lindsay, Cupid's Club, or anyone that wants to know, Cupid's Club is our kind of club for meeting romantic and sexy connections, I guess. And we will give you lots more information later on. I don't know what else to call it, you know what I mean? And it's like a really amazing way to meet like-minded people, and it will be an added thing that we'll give you loads of more information about later.
Karen asked, if you choose an activity, do you sometimes not get in if only limited numbers are allowed? Absolutely not. That's the whole point of our very crazy complex convoluted enrollment system, is that by enrolling in activities in advance, it means that when you're there, you can just go and enjoy them, and you don't have to stress about will you have a space. So when you use your credits to book into beekeeping, that's your space in beekeeping, and that's there for you, and you just turn up at the start time and you enjoy that activity. And they're all quite small groups, so 10 to 20 people, so it's a really high quality experience for you. The only time you might have to queue, or you might, with the numbers thing, is with drop-in activities. So things like climbing wall, airdrop. We have lots of drop-in activities around water slide for you to just kind of fill in all the gaps in between your enrolled activities. So you might have to queue for those. But yeah, when you've got your space, that's your space.
Nice. Sarah Witt says, 3 of our group have paid for boutique camping. One member of our group is bringing her own tent to pitch. Will we be separated once inside? Do you want to give us a really quick roundup of what boutique camping is and then answer that question?
Yes, they are whole separate campsites. So there's 2 campsites. So there's forest and center camp in the middle. On one side, on the south side or something, or the east or west, I don't know. On one side is general camping, which is where you would stay if you're bringing your own tent, and on the other side is boutique camping. You will be able to meet in center camp, but somebody in general camping wouldn't be able to go into boutique camping. But you would be able to go from boutique camping into general camping.
And what do people do if they are interested in
Yeah, so camping wise, camping in general camping is included with your ticket. You don't need to spend any extra money on tents or anything. If you've got your own tent, you can just bring that. If you don't have your own tent, or you don't want to bring it, we do have options where you can pay for an upgrade, and we'll provide that for you. So you can book into pre-pitch camping. That's part of general camping, and we'll just put up a normal hiking style tent for you, so you can stay in that for the weekend. If you want something more luxurious, you can book into boutique camping, where there's kind of really beautiful bell tents, wooden cabins and safari lodges. You can even get your own ensuite bathroom and shower if you really want to go all luxe for the weekend. All the information about those is on the booking pages. So when you get your link at 10 a.m. tomorrow, you can have a look at those different options if they are of interest. But yeah, you'll be fine. And our general camping as well is like really is nice. Like it's spacious. There's like plenty of like toilets, clean toilets and hot showers. It's like a nice standard. It's not like, you know, compared to other festivals, it's like a high standard of general camping.
Hot showers are included as well, by the way, so you don't have to, you can just get nice.
Cool.
I've got 2 more from myself, then you can finish your side. Woolly Hat Adventure says, what time do the activities start? 9 a.m. Both days. And is there a difference between weekend 1 and weekend 2? So the activity choices are exactly the same both weekends, and the entertainment is different. So in theory, you could come to both weekends and have a completely different weekend, because there's so many activities to choose from that you could do both each weekend if you wanted.
Yeah. Wild. Right, let's wrap up quickly. I'm very sorry to everyone whose comments we didn't get to. If you go to campwildfire.co.uk/help, search in there, that should be able to give you a lot of the answers you need. If you can't get there, just DM us, and we're here to help you out. And we've got a wonderful team that help us kind of get through and manage all this stuff. Quick things to wrap up, Jules.
Also, Ali said that he would be happy to answer all the questions tomorrow, but they would need to ask on Facebook. Quick things to wrap up. So we would love to see you at Camp Wildfire this summer. If you've already got a ticket, then that's really exciting, and we can't wait to start sharing all of the new things we've got planned and exciting things that are happening. If you haven't got a ticket, there is quite a sort of potentially small window in which you can, sorry, just talking.
Yeah, I was just going to say the final tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and there's just a couple of hundred left for weekend 2, and I think weekend 1 might be already sold out or is very close to selling out. So that is your last chance to get a ticket before summer. So make sure you are on at 10 a.m. I will do another one of these in a couple of months for everybody that has got tickets, to start getting you into the camp spirit ahead of summer.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving up your evening, and we will speak to you soon.
See you.
Bye.